Good evening. Welcome to Business Hub, your one-stop business mart where we bridge the gap between business owners and their target markets. My name is Omobolanle Adeshui. Today on Business Hub, we will be speaking with the Executive Director of Corporate Services, Ecosa Hybrid Network Limited. He is Sahid Ogunbashe. Good evening.
Good evening, Bolani. How are you?
Very well. Good to have you on the show.
I'm glad to have you too.
So what do you do at Ecosa Hybrid Limited?
Ecosa Hybrid Network Limited is an agent. We are agent network manager.
Okay.
We have a lot of agents that we manage on our network for the financial inclusion. So when we talk about financial inclusion today, we are the major driver, one of the major driver, of financial inclusion in Nigeria.
So when you say agents, what do you mean?
Yeah, the agents are the merchants that we have that carry out the cash in, cash out transactions, across the length and breadth of the country.
Okay.
Today you see that, the stress the people are really, passing through in making business transaction, going to the banks is getting more reduced, and it's as a result of the services that we render in all these rural settings, the hinterlands, so the unbanked areas.
Okay.
So that's the area that we focus on. So these are the agents.
So are you saying you're not in the urban areas, you're majorly at the rural areas?
We actually operate within the urban and the rural area.
Okay.
But if you look at the population of the unbanked people and people that needs all the services, majority of them are in the unbanked rural areas, especially the rural areas. So that's our focus.
So how long have you been doing this?
We've been doing this for close to 6 years now.
Wow. What inspired you to go into this kind of business?
Well, by my study, I read agric extension and rural development, and I feel, as an extension agent, one of the core things that you need to do is for you to, solve the problem of the people, especially the people around you. So solving problem, bringing solution to the table and to the doorsteps of the people is our calling. Let me put it that way.
Okay, so now you talked about financial inclusion.
Yeah.
How do you bring these people who are unbanked? How do you bring them into? What are the services you provide to bring them financial inclusion?
Thank you very much. Number one thing for you to be financially included in Nigeria, you have what we call the bank verification number, and this is one of the major services that we render for these people.
Okay.
We enroll people, through the BVN for the banks, and
you help them get the BVN number.
We enroll them. We are certified agents, for banks as well as some MMOs.
Okay.
We have partnership deals with.
So you operate like deposit money banks?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So what are the other services you provide for this unbanked people?
By the time people have their BVN, it will give them the ample opportunity to do so many other things. Account opening. We also do account opening. We do the national identity card, enrollment for them.
Okay.
We also do the cash in, cash out, because definitely everybody will need money, and for somebody who will be coming from 5 kilometers going to and fro to the bank just because he or she wants to get money that ranges between 1,000 to 5,000, and they have to looking at the cost of transportation and the time that they are going to use for their productive time to really engage in other things. So we are always there in each of all these communities to service them very well, and that's one of the major our motto in Ecosa Hybrid is servicing the last mile. So our
what does that mean?
Servicing the last mile. The last mile in this regard is the last people, the unbanked people that really needs this service.
Okay.
They are the targeted audience in this regard. So what we do basically is to ensure that this service is very close to them, and I think we are the major driver to make sure that the financial inclusion is being deepened in line with.
So how many
CBN.
branches do you have? Are you located in the major rural areas?
We have covered so far about 18 states in Nigeria so far, and including some 1 or 2 states in the northeastern region, and also we have our spread that cut across the length and breadth of this country in all the geopolitical zones in Nigeria, we have agents. The agents we are talking about are the agents that we manage on our platform, which is Ecosa Hybrid Network Limited. And we also have our own structure, which are the location that is branded to be Ecosa. We have agents that we only give them POS. We give them the training. We do reconciliation. We do a lot of things for them. When they have challenges, we assist them. We also assist them in facilitating loans and getting some micro things that could really enhance their businesses.
You mentioned the use of POS now. It sounds to me like this might be capital intensive, starting this kind of business, because you have to get the POS. Or is there any way to start small?
There's a way to start small. In fact, you can start the business with 50,000-60,000. The most important thing that
50,000 is a whole lot to some people.
Yes, that if you know how to manage your your resources very well, it's something you can just start. And that's why we are encouraging a lot of people, especially the young school leaver, instead of sitting idle at home, why they can easily venture into this. How do I mean? By the time when they come to us, they get the POS and they have a capital.
Is it free? Do you give it to them for free?
We don't give free. And basically, I would say we give the POS free actually, but there's a little cost of training that is only attached to it. The POS is actually free, but for the training, we charge just some little amount for the training.
Okay, so what are some of the challenges? For instance, I want to go into this business. What are the challenges for me to envisage so I can be better prepared?
The first thing you must definitely have is for you to have the training. That's knowledge gap. If you can, work on it, because there's nothing that you want to do that you just have to learn. The best way for you to, go into this business properly is for you to have the knowledge.
Do you provide this training?
We provide the training.
What does it take to be a part of the training?
The major thing is that you should be able to read and write. You should be, technology compliance. Because majority of what you do is on your Android phone, and you should be able to know if there is, a reply or a message or anything. For example, if there are chargebacks or there are reconciliation issues, and for somebody who could not deduce what those information actually means, there are some signs, positive, negative. That all these things, really matters when it comes to financial issues. So all these things, you just have to get the knowledge. That's the basic thing, number one. Number two, you must look at the environment where you want to carry out this service.
Okay.
The environment, the location, it must be there are some parameters that you need to look at. Is it the area that you have the market, the people who really needs money, for example, the parks, the markets, area that you have some commercial activities going on. You have to look at that.
Do you also help people identify the best viable areas where they can locate their or situate their business?
Definitely, that's what I'm saying. It's part of one of those things that we train people for.
Okay.
That they just have to, be more insightful in the areas they want to choose for their business location.
All right, let's take a short break. It's still Business Hub right here on Impact Africa Television, IETV. Please don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. It's still Business Hub, your one-stop business mart where we bridge the gap between business owners and their target market. And I still have with me Sahid Ogunbashe right here in the studio talking about the financial inclusion business. Now, talking about the use of POS in Nigeria, you'd recall that there was this stamp duty that was recently reviewed, of course. How does that affect the business of POS in Nigeria? Because for one, a lot of Nigerians complain that instead of paying the extra 15, I'd rather go with my cash. And that would, of course, have its own effect on the business itself. How are you dealing with this?
Actually, when this issue of the stamp duty started, it's actually, affected the business not in a small scale, and that's the reason why we have the Association of Mobile Money and Bank Agents in Nigeria, which we are also taking a lead role in that association. There were a lot of advocacy to ensure that this policy is critically reviewed, and we really want to give it to the leadership of the CBN, and for at least yielding to the yearnings of the people. At least it was reviewed, but we still want more, because we believe as agents we should not be at the receiving end all the time. We should have
are the agents at the receiving end, or the people, the consumers?
Because by the time the consumer don't patronize us, definitely we are going to be at the receiving end, because that's our own core, that's our own business. So definitely it's going to tell on us. So as a result of that, because of the review now, I think it has been reviewed, to the tune of 10,000 as against the 1,000 that we have before. But I believe strongly with the kind of advocacy and every other thing that we have, I believe all this policy will still be looked around, and we can still have a more better friendly policy that's going to affect the industry more positively.
So what's the possibility, or what's the frequency or the tendency of getting defrauded when you use these services? Because of course we've seen cases where you use the POS, you slot in your card, your money is deducted, and then it doesn't reflect on the person's machine, and the person tells you, well, you have to pay, and then maybe you do it twice, your money what's there? How is this being handled, and what's the possibility or the tendency? Is there a high risk of being defrauded?
Well, number one thing is, for you not to be defrauded, you have your personal PIN that you use to operate all these things. Now, by the time you want to use a POS and you are given the card, now the attendants will ask you, can you please press your PIN, even at the filling station or anywhere. That PIN must be kept to be secret and private. It is your own personal PIN. You don't need to divulge that to people. I've seen a lot of cases whereby people will take their PIN and send people on errand, and they do that most often. And one day, when there are issues of fraud, they will say, oh, it's somebody that is responsible for it. So what we used to tell people, especially the other members of the public, is to ensure that their cards PIN is meant for them, and it should be private.
Yes, I get that, but I'm talking about the case where the POS user.
I'm coming on that. That's number one thing that you must ensure. Number two is that when there are standard rules. When you come to make use of the POS, once it's approved, once you have an approved transaction, and even the money is not dropping in the wallet or the account of the agent, the agent doesn't have any other right than to pay the customer. If in the other way around there was a decline, he doesn't have the right to pay. So what we do normally is to refer such people to go back to their bank, fill the dispense error form,
and then they have to go through that stress again.
It's just a normal thing. The only difference is that you're having an interface with a human being, and when you go to the ATM and you slot in your card, and there was a decline, and the money is being debited from your account, and it's not reversed on time. What do you do? The only thing you have to do is for you to go back to the bank and complain. You fill the form, and they are going to process it within a very short period, and they'll get back to you.
But what about cases of the internet? We know how internet is in Nigeria. We have the power issue. How are these things affecting the business?
Yeah, this is one of those things that we have been, there's always a feedback to some of the MMOs and the banks that we are operating with. For example, now you have an Android terminal that is being deployed in a rural setting, whereby you have a very weak network. Obviously, it's going to affect the business there. So we are also, trying to work around that axis and ensure that, the kind of terminal we deploy to some of these areas are not, the high tech, like the Android ones that we have, because of the power supply. For example, somebody who is in Shekpeteri or who is at O2, you understand, we have a very low, power supply. So as a result of that, what we do majorly is that we know the kind of terminal we deploy to each of the location, and it is not for no any other reason. It's just because of the power supply and the technology that is involved. Some we involve the use of Wi-Fi and high internet facilities. As a result of that, in the areas that you want to operate there, what we do is to give the rugged terminals that we feel will service the agent and the customers more better in those axes.
It sounds like a pretty interesting business. So I'm wondering, how do you make your returns? Is it lucrative, this business, especially for the youth who want to go into this business? They don't want to sit at home, they don't want to just be idle, they want to get their hands busy. How lucrative is this business?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, the business is very, very lucrative. And I'm going to, give you
considering the fact that you have to wait for people to come deposit or withdraw, or
it's very lucrative. And I must confess to you, it is lucrative as long as you are able to, administer all the normal thing you are expected to do. You have to look around, ensure that there is security where you are operating, the technology does not fail. You must ensure that you have at least the rudiment knowledge of the accounting system to ensure that your cash in, cash out, and how to make your reconciliation at the end of the day. Now, it is lucrative in the sense that at least on the average, a worst case scenario, you understand, if you look at a young graduate, maybe instead of going to teach getting 6,000 8,000 somewhere, if you have an average income of 500 naira, worst case scenario, after
daily,
the net profit, everything, that's what you have, the actual. I must tell you, it's still okay for such people.
Better than sitting.
Better than sitting. You can still have your 15,000 naira for the end of the month. Worst case scenario. Now look at a situation whereby you have a very good patronage. You can now think of what you are likely. We have a lot of people, amongst agents in and across, across the length and breadth of the country that have really, made it so far. You have people with 10, 15, 20. Locations like in Ecosa Hybrid Network Limited, we have on our own personal own network, apart from the one that we manage, we have over 500 that we manage, but on our own network we have over 200 outlets, and we are still
so how do you recruit people to join your network?
We recruit people by reaching out to people. For example, if you want to apply through us, the basic thing that we must ensure is that after we receiving your application, we must ensure that we do the normal recruitment procedure for you. We ensure that must be somebody with maybe by referral or doing all the background checks to ensure that this person is not somebody that will go out there to defraud other members of the society and or to even defraud the company. So as a result of that, we carry out our normal procedure to ensure that people come to our office, they submit their application. They can also submit online at support at ecosystemng.com.
You'd give that out as we go on the show. But how do you for instance, when you get people to work with you in this business, how do you monitor their progress? That's one question. Then for someone who is just starting, how does a person get to build his or her client base, like get customers, get people to patronize? How do you go about it?
Well, the first question is, how do you monitor the progress of our agents? Thank you very much. I think as we are growing every day, you just have to advance with technology. Currently, we are the only agent network company that has a app. This reconciliation
What's
app,
it called?
EcoKiko.
EcoKiko.
Yes, that's the app. You can go to the Play Store and download, and you can have her details there.
KIKO.
CICO.
ECOCICO.
ECOCICO.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So once you have this application and it's been downloaded. For our agent that is being enrolled on our network, by the time you have it, you can easily, it is going to take care of every aspect of your business. For example, we have a lot of products, and on a daily basis, if you have 10-15 centers, the only thing you can do is to come to us. When you have that app, you subscribe, and by the time you have it, you will definitely be seeing your P&L on a daily basis.
What's P&L?
The profit and loss.
Oh, okay.
If you are really making progress, you will know. So it has gone beyond us, just sitting down and say, okay, bring all this. No, we have an application that can capture all your. What you need to do is that by the time you are starting your daily transaction, you just keep inputting everything transaction that is coming on your system, and it will automatically.
Have you had any case of fraud in the past 6 years that you've been operating?
Of course, we have had a lot. We have some pending cases, that has to do, with people who have actually committed fraud, especially some staffs. And but in the recent time, we're having it, as minimal as possible. Even in the banks today, you cannot do away with, human nature. People, you see people with different traits, so you cannot do away with that. But we are trying as much as possible to ensure that we curb such with technology.
Okay, so you were going to answer the question of building client base for those who are coming into the business.
Now, for us to build the client base, and to ensure that the people who wants to come to the business, it's just in two folds.
Okay.
For example, if you have the money, you want to do the business, but you don't have the time, you can consult us. We have what we call the Echo Consult, whereby we do the recruitment for you. We help you to manage those locations you have identified to be lucrative for you. You understand? And you have visibility into everything you want to do. Or in the other way around, we can as well, you are doing the normal business, then we can take our audit team to ensure that we assist in ensuring that, okay, this is the state of your business today, and this is the next thing you need to do. We give advisory services at every particular point in time. And for us to build more people it's just about how you have the expansion drive, in your own mind. If you feel that, I have like 10 locations I have identified, I want you to please look at it. Is it going to be lucrative? We are going to advise you rightly. Okay, you can start with this, you can do this, and with the kind of staffs. So, but with our reconciliation app, once you have it, you have less stress.
Yes. In building your client base.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so tell us about your products.
We have a lot of products. We have the cash in, cash out, which is the most common.
Deposit and withdrawal.
The deposit and the withdrawal. We have the Adashi, which is the normal daily contribution, but it's being facilitated, with technology. All this you are going to have it on our app.
Okay.
You understand? You have everything.
We have to go. Tell us your phone number, your office address, your social media handle.
The phone number is 090-6238-5055.
Okay.
And the social media handle is Ecosystem NGHow for the Twitter and Instagram, and for the Facebook is Ecosa Hybrid Network.
The office address.
The office address is number 38, White House, beside Yimbo College, off Orogun UI Road, Ojo, Ibadan.
Okay, your phone number is final on a final note.
090-6238-5050.
All right, thank you so much, Saheed Ogunbashe, for coming on Business Hub today.
Thank you, Bolani.
Thank you so much. Saheed Ogunbashe is the Executive Director, Corporate Services, Ecosa Hybrid Network Limited, and he's been talking to us about the financial inclusion business. My name is Omobolanle Adeshi. Remember that you can watch the show again on YouTube at IATV Africa. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Bye for now.